She laughed at your pain. Use this and let your comeback shut her down. You're not here to beg, you're here to end the disrespect. Picture it. She smirked at your shaky voice on that Manhattan rooftop. Her friends giggled in the group chat. 2 days later, an Instagram story, her with a new guy in a Yankees cap, your heart in her pocket. She blocked your number, unblocked it, then left you on read. Your name became a joke at brunch, a whisper at the office, a ghost at Thanksgiving. That's not heartbreak, that's a loss of respect, and a man doesn't live there. Today, I'm handing you the protocol. Cold, clean, disciplined. We're going to shut down her access, rebuild your frame, and deliver a surgical comeback that ends the performance without a single insult. No angry paragraphs, no drunk calls, no "please hear me out." You'll use silence, status, and a single line at the right moment that flips the power back to you. She'll feel the loss, not because you acted out, but because you moved like a man with options. That's the difference between noise and authority. If you're done bleeding for attention, subscribe to the channel now. In the first pinned comment, I left a bonus guide to go deeper, templates, timing, and the exact playbook for no contact and the comeback that closes the chapter. Sit down. Breathe. From this moment, your feelings are private and your moves are strategic. But before we get to the line that ends the circus, there's one mistake that destroys all leverage in 10 seconds flat. Are you making it right now? Or can you cut it out before she realizes you've changed? That mistake, you hand over your leverage when you break silence to ask for clarity from someone who enjoys your confusion. The second you chase, she sits back, finishes her latte in Soho, and learns you don't believe you can do better. The lesson is simple. The man who needs to be heard loses the right to be respected. You don't explain. You execute. Watch how it happens in the wild. You open Instagram just to check. You tell yourself it's harmless. 10 minutes later, you're scrolling her weekend, recognizing his Yankees cap in the corner of her story, reading into every song lyric. Each view is a tribute paid to her court. You think you're gathering intel. You're actually writing a confession. My world is smaller than yours. Silence is not a tactic if you keep peeking behind the curtain. Silence is a wall. Build it, or watch your name get passed around at brunch again. Then the pleading starts. You type paragraphs no man should ever write. Please, can we talk? I can change. I just need closure. No, you don't. Closure is what adults invent to keep a performance going. When you negotiate for what should be natural, attention, baseline respect, you announce you're willing to pay for what should be free. A man never auctions his dignity to buy back someone's interest. He lets the market price him properly and raises the value. Night falls, the city gets loud, and the bottle tells lies. 2 whiskeys, a little Drake in the background, and 1:47 a.m. feels like courage. You text something soft, something half poetic, you hit send, and wake up sober to your own indictment. She didn't take you back, she took your edge. Every drunk message is discovery handed to the other side. The courtroom of her friends gets a new exhibit, and your name takes another blow. Guard your tongue like it's your bank account. Don't overdraft. Maybe you don't beg. Maybe you go noble. You offer friendship. You think proximity equals influence. You think if she sees the real you while she dates the guy with the Yankees cap, she'll remember. No. You become the unpaid emotional intern. You get her late-night venting, her latest office drama, her "you're such a good guy" pat on the head. Meanwhile, you teach her the worst lesson. There is no cost to disrespecting you. When you accept the friend role, you sign a contract that says you'll carry her baggage while she boards first. A man doesn't hold the door to watch himself get locked out. Maybe you don't text at all, maybe you stalk. You park 2 blocks from her building in Williamsburg, just happening to be at the bar across the street. You engineer coincidences. Stop. You are not inevitable if you behave like a fan, you're replaceable. You want to be a classic? Move like one. Classics don't beg for airtime, they just stay in rotation. Listen, America loves a comeback. It's in our DNA. From Rocky to the Lakers after a bad season, from Wall Street wipeouts to second acts in Austin Tech. But it doesn't happen by accident. It happens because a man decides. Let me show you what it looks like when a civilian, not a celebrity, flips the script. Ethan, 29, Chicago. Wicker Park apartment with too much IKEA, a decent job in logistics, and a girl who thought he'd always be there. She laughed at his pain on a Navy pier night when the wind cut through his jacket, and her phone buzzed with a group chat he wasn't in. A week later, a story from a rooftop in River North. New guy. The same Yankees cap showing up like a watermark. Ethan broke. For 4 days he made every mistake. He cycled her page, DM'd a mutual friend, typed and deleted more times than he hit the gym in a month. Then Sunday came. He looked at his mirror with the Bulls game muted and said what most men never say, "My life is not a lobby." He cut contact that hour. Not a tantrum, not a speech, just a full stop. He archived her thread. He unfollowed every breadcrumb. He moved his weights into the living room and set a 6 a.m. alarm. He swapped takeout for eggs and black coffee. He bought a calendar and filled it with ink. 30 days, no drinking, run 3 miles before sunrise. Book a barber every 2 weeks like it's church. Sign up for the supply chain certification he had postponed for a year. Call his brother, walk his mom through the new phone. Apply for the internal promotion. Every day, something earned. And he kept his mouth closed. No subtweets, no working on myself posts. He let his silence harden into presence. It wasn't magic. The first week hurt. The second week got simple. The third week, he felt different in his shoulders. He said no to things that kept him soft. He said yes to the uncomfortable. He dropped 10 pounds, he upgraded his shoes. He fixed the posture that made him look unsure. By week 6, he wasn't even thinking about her until a random Tuesday. Her name lit his phone. "Hey, how have you been?" He didn't smile, he didn't rage. He read it like a newsletter he didn't subscribe to. For 2 hours, he did nothing. Then he sent one line, calm, adult, final, and went back to work. She felt it. Not because he performed, but because he ended the show without clapping. 2 months later, he had the promotion, a cleaner apartment, and a life that had no empty chairs waiting. Unreachable? No, just properly priced. Why did it work? Because he followed codes men used to learn from fathers and uncles, not algorithms. Hear them and brand them into your day. Your silence is control. Your mission is oxygen. Your time is currency. Your name is a contract. Your access is earned. You want a reset? Here it is. The next time your hand moves toward your phone at midnight, ask yourself, if a camera were on me right now, would I be proud of this man in 5 years? If the answer's no, you already know the move. Put the phone face down, breathe, push-ups, water, bed. The boy wants attention. The man wants results. Which are you feeding? You think she misses you? Maybe. But missing you isn't the point. Respect is. Respect comes from scarcity and standard. You create scarcity when you remove your attention from any room where it's been mocked. You create standard when you run your calendar like a business, not a diary. Book the dentist. Fix the bumper. Learn to cook one signature meal that would make your granddad nod. Take your boss's feedback and do something with it. That's masculine. That's American. That's the quiet edge every loud room secretly fears. Here's another reminder. Every time you stalk, you crown her. Every time you beg, you tax yourself. Every time you drink and text, you sign away your authority. Every time you play the friend, you become the furniture. You don't live like that. Not after today. Not after you saw what it looks like when a regular man chooses weight over words, routine over drama, reputation over reaction. What about that comeback line, the one that closes the chapter without an insult? That's the blade we keep holstered until you earn it. Because words without a frame are fireworks, loud, bright, and gone in 10 seconds. Words with a frame are a verdict, and verdicts stick. You will get it, but not as a crutch. You'll get it as a seal on the work you've already begun. Look around you. This is the United States, land of 1,000 second chances and 0 patience for self-pity. Your next 3 weeks right, your next 3 years. You don't have to move to Austin or shave your head or buy a motorcycle. You have to stop bleeding in public and start stacking private wins. You have to let the door close softly and continue walking. People listen when your steps get heavier. Keep this in your chest. She didn't laugh because you felt. She laughed because you forgot you are a man who can walk away. The moment you remember, the theater ends. The audience goes quiet. And the message writes itself without caps lock or bitterness. Access to you has a price. Most can't afford it. Hold steady. In the conclusion, you'll get the sentence, sharp, clean, final, that ends the performance without raising your voice. When you hear it, you'll know exactly when to use it, how to deliver it, and why it works. Stay with me. The gavel's about to drop. You want the verdict? Here it is, cold as a winter dawn on the Chicago River. The performance ends when you stop auditioning for a role in someone else's show. The sentence you send isn't for her. It's a declaration to yourself and every man watching the crowd. This access is closed. Thank you for the lesson. Remember that. This access is closed. That's not a tantrum. That's not bitterness. That's market correction. That's how legends move, from the south side of Chicago to under the lights in Times Square. Because a man's dignity isn't a Netflix password to be passed around every Sunday brunch. It's a black card, earned, not loaned. The word for all this? Standard. Let that burn into your mind, standard. Not drama, not closure, not second place, standard. You lose it, you get laughed at. You set it, they either rise or they vanish. Your job isn't to convince anyone why they should value your presence. Your job is to value your own presence to a level that silence becomes your bouncer and routine becomes your consigliere. You don't beg, ever. You don't explain yourself to those who mock you. You don't hand away your access in return for cheap attention and borrowed ego. Here's the code again. Let it roll like a steel drum in your chest. Silence is your weapon. Use it like a man, not a boy sulking. Routine is your fortress. Build your morning before the world even wakes. Attention is your currency. Spend it only where respect pays interest. Dignity is your signature. Never let anyone forge it with guilt. That means every midnight scroll is an act of self-taxation. Every drunk confession is a down payment on regret. Every "let's just be friends" is you volunteering as emotional furniture, always present, never needed. And every time you break silence for closure, you put yourself back in the audience watching her take bows on your stage. Look in the mirror now. Really look. Can you say your moves this week would make your grandfather proud? If he saw the last message you sent, would he lean in, shake your hand and say, "That's how a man does it"? Or would he turn off the light and hope you'd try again tomorrow? You are not here to play the clown in someone else's drama. The world already has enough court jesters. America rewards kings who build, not jesters who entertain. This country was built on men who knew how to stand up, shake off the dust, and start the harder work. Rocky didn't beg. He bled for his name, and the city respected him for it. The Wall Street Wolves, the Lakers after a losing season, every Navy vet coming home hungry to prove himself again, none of them cried for closure. They closed the door, hit the track at sunrise, and let their comeback talk loud and clean. That's you if you want it. You want legendary? Stop answering when disrespect knocks. Stop checking on anyone who keeps your name as a punchline, like Ethan in Wicker Park. Shut the access, build your life, and never announce the comeback. Let them see it. Let them feel the air change when you walk back in the room for you, not for her. Upgrade the job, upgrade your circle. Upgrade the way you shake hands and choose your words. Don't just avoid the mistake. Outgrow the pattern. The man she'll wish she respected never left. He just stopped making his pain her entertainment. Now, I'm going to hit you where it hurts. The next time you reach for the phone, the next time you scroll her feed or mentally draft another text, ask yourself, am I a contender or a fan? Contenders put in work, live for respect, and let their absence echo. Fans clap for someone else and hope they get picked to come backstage. You only ever choose one side of the glass. If you're on the wrong side, today is the day you switch. Hit subscribe right now if you're ready to leave that audience. Smash like if you believe respect is the only currency that holds value. Drop a comment if you know the exact moment when you let your standard slip and what you did next. I want to see men owning their comebacks, not their excuses below. Don't type for me. Type for the next man bleeding in silence. Because here's the decree that doesn't get repealed in this country. One law, ironclad, from the tradition of men who built cities, carried family names, and never let their story be written by someone who laughed while they bled. Access to you is a privilege, not a right. Never forget it. That's the gavel. That's the law. The rest is just noise.